Bang. And just like that, we're back with another episode of Inside a Mag. I actually filmed this the day before the magazine returns to Instagram and before the first episode of the series is live, basically. So I have no idea how it's going to be received. I'm not going off any like kind of feedback or anything right now. I'm just like jumping to record episode 2, only because 2 is already done, and I thought I might as well try and crank out as many of these as possible in a good amount of time. Also, these videos don't necessarily need a crazy amount of editing. It's literally me talking to you guys and letting you kind of know, kind of let you behind the curtains. Without further ado, voices. Whoa. Without further ado, I'm hoping my mic is okay. Without further ado, I think we can get into it. Actually, I need to check something quickly. Okay, sweet. Right. Yeah. Man, I don't know, I'm doing like a kind of a big reveal. Like, you guys have already probably seen this on Instagram. If you're from Instagram, hello. If you're going to go to Instagram from here, thank you as well. Thank you to to everybody. If you're coming from Instagram, if you're going to Instagram after this, but yeah, this is the cover of issue 2 of One Mag. Yeah, I think you already can tell the person. You can already tell who it is. You can already tell the colors and themes. That kind of gives it away. I think if you see those colors, you kind of already know. I think that's what happened with this one. I was just experimenting with colors for the logo. So yeah, I was experimenting with different colors and color combinations, and I but like I did the purple and yellow, and instantly it was like bang, Lakers. It has to be a Lakers icon on the front cover. But look, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of basketball either, and basketball is not like my main sport. It's not really my sport. Let me not try claim something that isn't really me. But yeah, so I was just like, you know what, it kind of has to be. It has to be basketball on the front cover. Why am I? It has to be basketball on the front cover. And ultimately, when you think basketball and then Lakers, for me, one name, and only one name really does come up, and it is the late legend that is Kobe Bryant. I think that's where I started from. I think the title of it kind of works well with the cover star as well, and the title did kind of come in first because obviously I've gone back to back. I've uploaded two issues in 2 weeks, and I think that's kind of unheard of. I think when I first did this, it was like you got the first issue when like September 2022, and the second one didn't come out till like, I want to say maybe end of 2022, so like a good 3 months or so between like 2 issues, and here you're getting 2 in 2 weeks, just over. So yeah, it feels like a very back-to-back, a short space of time. You're getting another one, and obviously, hopefully, by God's grace, you get even more of these. So yeah, the inspiration as well, in terms of obviously it being a Kobe Bryant one, I think the inspiration in terms of the design, largely, like, is obviously, you can see like the collaging influences, but there's an Instagram account I follow called Landon Kiri, and like he does these really cool collages for like sports stars, musicians, just artists, like loads of like really cool collages, and like I've like followed it for a while, and like I followed him for a while, and always like really like his work, and I thought, you know what, let me try and, I say emulate in a way, but kind of put my own spin on it, and I do it myself and do it how I would do it, which is, I think a lot of it is digitally based and like not necessarily printing things out and like trying to make it feel, make it not necessarily feel like paper, but just give it like a digital feel, just give that digital vibe to it. And I think I've largely hit that. One thing I am realizing now though with one of the color choices is that the price above the barcode is not really visible with that color background. These are things that happen. I mean, the price isn't going to change, so I don't think that's much of an issue, but yeah, and that's one thing I'm noticing now. But yeah, and I think there was an inspiration picture behind this, which I might actually try and show, and that was like the source image that I used to basically do this all, having to cut out the separate elements and like enlarging them in some cases, changing the colors and just making them feel different and collagey as well. So yeah, I am very, very happy with this as a cover. There were also alternative covers which I will show you probably towards the end, but we will dive into the content. Yeah, this is the content for this issue. It's quite plain, I understand that. I think I don't say I didn't have like ideas for it, because I have ideas, and like you'll see in future issues as well that I do continue to have ideas. I think I wanted to keep this one quite simple. I think I was so happy with the front cover as it was that I kind of wanted that to be the centerpiece and the focus for this issue at least. And so I think the best way to do that is kind of keeping the internal content light and not too like heavy into whether it be text and graphics, not just keeping things light. But I also think that's why I did these cutouts also as well are from another picture of Kobe Bryant. But yeah, I think I used white space well, and I think it does offer a sense of balances whilst obviously it's not filling up the space. I think the white space works well the design works well in tandem with the white space, which is what I wanted to say, and it offers a sense of balance. It doesn't feel too heavy, doesn't feel too plain either, which I think is what I was ultimately looking for. So I am very happy with that. The inspiration for this, there wasn't really. It was just, I want to keep it light. I don't really want to do anything too crazy. And also I think, guess with the wording as well, it's like a lot of the adverts we see nowadays are quite simple, I won't say plain, but like they're quite muted. They're not necessarily crazy, like lots going on. It's just an image with a bit of text more time than not, or just like a video and then a little text overlay towards the end of it. And I think there's so much beauty in that simplicity, and I kind of wanted to use that simplicity, but then also add a few extra elements just to, because I think I love, was it maximalism in a way? I do kind of want like lots going on and it to be kind of crazy. So keep something too simple for me sometimes it's like, I feel like I need to add more. So I think I struck a healthy balance with this, and yeah, on to the back. Yeah, I was really happy with the back of this issue as well. I think the slanted line, it just gives it shape and a bit of tension as well. The edit I did on the images as well is pretty cool. Lots of grain, like posterized, and obviously played with the colors as well. You can see like it's a much greener hue than the original image. Apparently this issue was brought to you by the global economic crisis. I think because at the time of making this, either the tariff thing was like starting to become an issue, not here, but obviously in America, with the price of eggs going up crazy. And also we are in a cost of living crisis, so the global economic crisis is kind of bringing everything to you right now. But yeah, once again, similar in terms of there's a cutout mouth. This is actually where the mouth on here comes from, but then they're just obviously edited slightly differently just to give it a different feel. Don't worry, Kobe Bryant did not actually have yellow teeth were white. But yeah, just play with the colours, add a bit of drop shadow. I think it's quite simple and clean. I think what I did also really want to touch on in this episode, this is kind of short, and obviously based on the feedback for episode 1, that'll go into episode 3, because I think then by then I wouldn't have recorded episode 3, and then I'll be able to see what people are saying in terms of the things you want to hear, what you really want me to talk about. If there's like a kind of more BTS things you want to see, like if you actually want to like follow the process with me, like making one, which I do have a plan to do that for one episode at least. So yeah, once I obviously receive feedback on episode 1, that will then be imparted in, you'll come to effect in episode 3. This one's recorded just before that, so unfortunately if you did have any gripes with episode 1, I'm sorry. I was impatient and I couldn't wait. I wanted to get this video, like, as I said earlier, cranked out and ready and waiting. And yeah, the one thing I did really want to speak on in this episode is the cover posts. So obviously with me posting them on Instagram again, it's going to be a carousel, but then it's going to be an image that you'll see on my main feed first that will like kind of encompass the magazines. And I was thinking obviously I could just post the cover of the magazine as that cover image, which is cool and all, but it just felt a bit boring. And Obviously, as I said earlier, I don't like doing things like too simply. Obviously, like adding unnecessary complexity to my workflow. And so I decided to make like a cover post template. So it's literally just for when I'm posting on Instagram, when everything is done, when the covers are ready, when the whole issue is ready, I literally just take the cover of that issue and slap it in this template, which I created. And I really, really like this. Like, I was looking at, I think I made it about 2 days ago from the day of recording, and obviously there'll be one for issue 1. But yeah, I just really, really like the look of it, and it feels just really cool, and it's just so, obviously it's so simple, but I feel it's very, very effective, and it'll be nice and clean to see. Obviously, I'm doing that thing again when I say obviously like a million times, but yeah, it'll be nice to see once I have that consistent run of issues being posted, you have these previews of them just all over my feed, and I'll just be able to scroll through it and see every single one. And I think that'll be pretty cool. That will be pretty cool to see. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to kind of touch on for this episode of Inside a Mag. Obviously, if there's anything you guys want me to speak on more or show or talk about or know in particular, you can either drop a comment below, DM me on Instagram, or just send me some advice for future episodes. I think just to sign off, I'm gonna show the alternative covers as well, because you won't see those on Instagram. But here are the alternative covers. I think I'll shut off my face so you can just look at these. It's been years since my father died, but I still cry like that morning. He ain't like when I would cry, so those are the alternative covers. So just playing with the colors and just adding some more effects slightly, and just placement. I do really like this one as an alternative cover. I think this is my favorite alternative cover. But yeah, that is Inside a Mag episode 2 done. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. I won't see anyone, you guys will see me. But yeah, it just felt like the right thing to say. Peace and love, and I'll catch you in the next one. I start looking up there. I'll remember that for next time.